Hello. So I was just sitting with my hubby and we were snuggling in bed and talking about um, we were we were discussing a few things that I was like, oh my god, I really want to share this in my video for today. Let me get my camera. So um, first thing that we were talking about was that conscious relationships are different in that the way attachment works in a conscious relationship is that when there's I deeply love someone and I'm attached to them, it's not a I'm attached to them because I need something from them. The attachment, the way it looks, attachment is still there, but it's like I wish to share the overflow of my heart with this person. I wish to share, I I wish to love them and support them and give to them all that they need and desire. It's a I want to be with this person to support and enrich them. So that's the attachment. It's like I'm attached to serving them in their soul growth and life's purpose in that way. And so it's there's still that thread of like, I care and I'm attached. It's part of our human biology. Like we're built that way for attachment. Non-attachment, in a spiritual sense, just means that uh, the primary attachment is with self in the core, and when we're primarily attached to self in the core, it's like I want to serve your greatest happiness, and if your greatest happiness is elsewhere, then I'm happy to serve that. So it's much more gracious in that way. Um, and then the other thing that we were talking about is to have secure attachment. What is required for secure attachment is rupture and repair. Rupture and repair, rupture and repair. You need that to have secure attachment, because then only do we have the embodied experience like this person will be with me through thick and thin. My hubby knows come hell or high water, I'm by his side. Why? Because he's got 10 years of data he's collected that demonstrates that. Um, and when there's that experience of rupture and repair, then there is a sense of deep embodied safety in a connection with someone. I can share my truth. I can show up at my worst. I can, and I'm still going to be loved, right? This is this. Yeah, I was actually reading the book Spiritual Marriage by Brother Anandamoy recently, and he talks about this, the difference between spiritual marriage, spiritual relationships, right? The purpose of marriage as a union of souls to prepare one for the ultimate reason we're here is to merge with the Great Spirit, with um, the infinite, right? So if we can't even put our egos aside to merge with another soul, so these are the layers of the transition. Like when we're having our, should we call them muggle relationships? Let's call them muggle relationships, if we will. When they're the egoic, like I need you to be in a certain way. I need you. I'm here to get love from you. Those relationships tend to be highly unconscious and full of pain. Then, when we kind of clear up that, we mature our souls, uh, we ascend in our own. Let's say we transcend our conditioning, right? We work through enough of our stuff, complete these mm, karmic loops and patterns, and what then becomes available to us is a deeper essence based soul connection, right? Our intuition is stronger. And so then we can choose someone not based on conditioning, not based on you look a certain way, so I'm drawn to you for your looks, or you have certain status symbols, uh, wealth, what have you. These things are not the things that become important to us. It changes to, oh, there's some kind of soul connection here, and I can feel that, uh, our souls have some journeying to do in this lifetime, and let's see how that unfolds. And that's a beautiful exploration. It's like, let's see what that looks like. Let's see what roles we play in each other's lives, and you know maybe I'll end up as godmother to your children, or maybe, who knows, right? But we're open to that discovery from that soul level, and that's what that spiritual marriage is really about. There's a loyalty component that's there, but it doesn't come from the loyalty that is often found uh, in the egoic relationships, where it's a codependent kind of loyalty. It's a self-sacrificial kind of loyalty. So, and those kind of relationships, they're terrified of rupture. And so because they're terrified of rupture, there aren't these instances, because we haven't completed enough of our internal stuff, right? There's too much fear inside us. Remember, the consciousness of the relating will only reflect the consciousness of the individuals with which that it's that comprise the relating, right? So when there's too much fear inside to allow for the rupture, then there isn't an opportunity for the repair. So we need to, if one desires a conscious relationship, right? If one chooses to have a conscious relationship, which is the most, to me personally, the most fulfilling thing in my life, is the deep intimacy I share with my beloveds. Hands down. Hands down. Well, and of course, because I see each of my beloveds as an aspect of Source, the One, God. And that beautiful dance of the divine and the way it shows up, in the forms that we play together. Yeah, so I want to, I wish to be a little more practical in this video, this offering, and to suggest, if you're feeling unfulfilled or unsatisfied in the intimacy that you're sharing with the partner, start by deepening the intimacy that you have with yourself. And meditation is a great way to start that, right? Meditation is a phenomenal way to deepen the intimacy with yourself. The Illuminate the Infinite website has a bunch of freebies with different kinds of meditations, and there's so many you can find online on YouTube if you're new to the practice. And then once we're deepening intimacy with self, then there are periods where it's like, okay, the intimacy with my beloved doesn't reflect the intimacy I share with myself. And then, I would invite you to be willing to have those courageous conversations to share that truth, because that is what could create my alarm. That is what could create that type of quality relating, is if you are willing to have if you're willing to have those conversations honestly, these candid conversations in true vulnerability, then you're opening the doorway for a richer quality of relating. And this is what I've modeled, what I've lived. That's like, okay, I get to a point I have done in the past. I don't know that this will continue, but I have gone to the point in my relating, with my hubby where it's like, okay, I cannot find a way for you to see, hear, or feel or comprehend what I'm attempting to communicate. So I need to step aside and focus more intently on increasing my skills and capacity, because I'm obviously not able to communicate this in a way that is able to be received by you. And so I keep the focus on, like, I can't say this in a way that you can hear it. I need to take some space and some time out to figure out what's going on. And then usually what happens, well, what has happened for us, and every single time that that's happened in our relating, is that the space allows me an opportunity to develop my skills, usually by practicing with other people. And what it allows him is an opportunity to um, grow and mature. And so, yeah, we then can have those conversations, and relating can go far beyond healing. Like, healing is such a beautiful thing for relating to be, but it gets to be so much more than that. It gets to be nourishing and enriching and um, truly bolstering of one's visions and missions in this lifetime, when partners are consciously selected. And so that's hence the willingness to lean into rupture and rupture and repair equally. Let there be rupture, let there be repair, which is easy, when we come from the place of knowing, like, it's all the one energy, right? So when we can hold that knowing simultaneously, it's like, I don't wish to hurt an aspect of myself in any way. I know that sometimes happens with unconsciousness. Like, I stub my toe when I'm not watching, or, like, I'm not being so mindful. It happens. And that's okay. It's part of life. It's fine. Uh, but we don't, just accept that. So that's what I felt to share. So that's what was true in me. And I wanted to share that with you. So I hope that is useful. And if not, that's okay too. That's okay too. I have noticed some more of these videos are more like, I have something to tell you, but it's still, again, my practice of, like, I show up and I share what's in me. So, sending you lots of love.